What's up? It's HiringADrone.com, and today I'm going to be doing a test flight of the new drone I just received, which is the WLToys V303 Seeker. And right now I'm just waiting for it to find the satellite. I've been having some range issues, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to reset and calibrate the compass. So I'm going to pull down on the stick, click the headless mode 1, 2, 3 times, rotate it on the horizontal axis, hold down on the stick, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to do it on the vertical axis. And then I'm going to save it. 1, 2, 3. So it should be ready to go. Start it up. Engines are on. I do have a pretty strong wind coming in from the right side. I have a GoPro camera mounted to the bottom, just with the standard mount that this comes with. So I'm just testing out the range. This field's roughly, I don't know, 300 yards, which is about 600 feet. I'm in the outfield of the baseball field, so it's not quite as far. I just want to keep my eye on the tail light since this is new. So what's been happening, it's been losing its connection to the transmitter, going red and then going into headless mode. But this thing flies awesome. Super smooth. Hovers excellent. Fly it over to the next field. Still got our green light on. Come back. And the wind is really picking up. There must be a storm coming in off the mountain in the background. But compensates well for it. Hand off the controller, just hovering. Now back to flying. Get a little bit out there. So the wind's picking up quite a bit. So it's just blowing it. But this thing compensates for it, and my hands are completely off the controller. This wind is extremely strong and no issues. So I'm happy to see this, because yesterday I was having some range issues about 50 feet, and it was cutting out. It flashed red and it'd go into headless mode. Not sure why, maybe it just wasn't calibrated correctly. Today it seems to be working fine. And this thing has excellent lift, handles the GoPro no problem, so next flight hopefully it won't be so windy. It's usually never this windy in Southern California. But next flight I'm going to try to hook up the gimbal to it. Wakira 2 access gimbal. It's plastic, still weighs a little bit. See if I can get that working right. But just the panning shots alone on this, not on a windy day, are excellent. Let's take it up a little bit. go. So now it's went into headless mode. So I'm bringing it back. I don't have any 360 versions on it. So that could be the max height. I'm going to flip the headless mode on. Now I have control over it again. So I'm not sure what the range is on it. It didn't look like we were that high. Definitely not 500 meters as advertised on the box. The red light flashed, went into headless mode. So I might need to update the firmware just to see. Good flight time on this thing. Probably going on 5-6 minutes. I was really hoping I wouldn't have got that light, but regardless, I mean, it goes into headless, so it's easy to get it back to you. So not too concerned about losing it. The first couple times it happened, because it's only 4th time flying this, I was a little concerned then, because I didn't really know exactly what was happening. Do some panning shots of the field here. Run the bases backwards. So still have solid green light. Fly it out to the edge of the field here. That should be like 300 feet. Not sure why we got a lost signal. Maybe it's the wind. The wind is blowing extremely hard, but this thing is handling excellent. Smoothest drone I've flown to date. Again, hands off, nice hover. So I'm going to do some panning shots, do a slow rotation. And with the gimbal, it'll be obviously a lot better. Just wish I could figure out this range issue on it. Couldn't figure out it. See anybody complaining about it online, so I don't know if it's only me or somebody else is having the problem too. Do one more pan. Probably running up on 7 minutes or so. Get a view of it out here. Take it up a little bit. Get a view of the ocean. This wind is so strong. If this was anything else, like a tarantula, this thing would be blowing all over the place, but compensates for the wind. And I didn't see the yellow light, which by the instructions did indicate that flying it too vigorously or being too hard on it. So it flashes red, goes into headless. And then once it gets back into range to me, then all is well again. I can get my 360 versions. So I know it's headless, that it's going in. I just don't know why when it hits a certain range, or if it's losing a connection to the satellite, which would be kind of odd. There are some big power lines around here, as you can see. I'm not sure if that's messing with it, but my first flight was in a big open field in the middle of nowhere. Still same issues there, so not sure. So I'm going to land this thing manual. I'm not going to take the chance return to home. I know people use that quite a bit, but I've also heard some stories of this thing getting a mind of its own and just taking off. It's new. I don't want that to happen. Bring it in nice and slow manually. Looks like I might need to trim it to the right a little bit, but that is probably totally due to the wind. So when you land it, we'll do the controller here. You just come down, make sure that you're in the lowest throttle position until it turns off. Red light on, ground sensor. Be sure to turn off the controller so that way you don't chop your fingers off. But this is the V303 Seeker. WLToys, excellent quadcopter. Highly recommend it. On sale right now, under $250. You know, knockoff to a DJI. So if this video helped you out in any way, definitely give it a like. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos, unboxings, and flight reviews.